Here's what I see happening. November 8th, midterm elections. November, December, Bitcoin bottoms. December 14, Fed announces pause on rate hikes. 2023, Bitcoin goes sideways. Early 2024, money printers get turned back on. March 2024, halving. December 2024, new Bitcoin all-time high, and 2025, we hit the moon. Trying to predict the future of Bitcoin is nearly impossible. It's so difficult, and factoring big catalyst events like Fed meetings and Bitcoin bottom. But one thing that I found that would be very helpful to me is to look at someone else's prediction and then base my prediction off of theirs. And in this video, we'll be taking a look at one of the largest crypto YouTubers' predictions, and it's Bitboy Crypto himself, and he's got a tweet here that I'm going to show you, and we're going to go back over it. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm just exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency. Now, in this video, I'm going to be going over whether or not I agree with this or don't agree with it, but let's start right at the top here. Midterm elections. This is not really a prediction, but this is just what this is what's going to happen. The midterm elections are going to happen. And the reason why he's mentioning the midterm elections, in my opinion, is that the Fed is being used and weaponized as a political tool by the Democratic Party. The economy, the US debt, inflation, all of it is terrible right now. And they are propping up this economy with help of the Fed. They've been doing that in 2021, pumping in money. In 2022, they should be taking more aggressive action, and they are not. And I believe that's what he is referencing to, is that once the midterm elections are done, things are going to get bad really quick. Why? Because they don't need yours and my vote. So he's predicting after the reason why they would need everything to be rosy, just like it doesn't matter anymore because they got their people in, that's when Bitcoin will bottom. Probably some catastrophic news that's going to come out. Something's going to come out and it's going to bottom Bitcoin November, December. Let me just pause here. I don't think that Bitcoin bottoms November, December. I think the market is wearing a long jean skirt because we don't see the bottom until probably January, maybe February of next year, 2023. But that's his prediction. That's my prediction. That's how we differ. Make your prediction. Let me know when you think Bitcoin will bottom. December 14th, Fed announces pause on rate hike. When the Fed announces pause on rate hikes, I see this as a bullish sign. He says that in 2023, Bitcoin goes sideways here. If the Fed pauses rate hikes, I see that as very bullish, that they are planning to U-turn. He's probably saying, Bitboy is probably saying that the Fed pausing rate hikes, they're just going to leave it paused for a very long time. I don't think so. I don't think that they would pause the rate hikes because we've printed 14 years of money. It's not going to take 1 year to undo all of that stuff of easing to undo any of that. We've printed money for 14 years. 1 year of quantitative easing, really like half a year of quantitative easing, is not going to reverse that. So I don't see them pausing any rate hikes December 14th. I think they're going to actually announce that they're going to keep on increasing these rate hikes, and they're not going to stop December 14th. December 14th is the last FOMC meeting of the year, and he thinks he's going to pause it then. I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think they're going to raise those rates even more. I think they're going to have to crush the economy in order to, they've been saying this, granted he said this September 19th, but they've been saying this for a while now, especially in the last FOMC meeting. So I think they will continue in this trajectory all the way through 2022.
Over coming months, we will be looking for compelling evidence that inflation is moving down, consistent with inflation returning to 2%. We anticipate that ongoing increases in the target range for the federal funds rate will be appropriate. The pace of those increases will continue to depend on the incoming data and the evolving outlook for the economy. Restoring price stability will likely require maintaining a restrictive policy stance for some time. The historical record cautions strongly against prematurely loosening policy. Reducing inflation is likely to require a sustained period of below-trend growth. We will keep at it until we're confident the job is done. The FOMC is strongly resolved to bring inflation down to 2%, and we will keep at it until the job is done. Chances of a soft landing are likely to diminish to the extent that policy needs to be more restrictive or restrictive for longer. We have got to get inflation behind us. I wish there were a painless way to do that. There isn't. We want to act aggressively now and get this job done and keep at it until it's done.
What does that mean for Bitcoin? I think it's still got a lot more to go down. In 2023, I believe that it's going to go sideways as well, so I am agreeing with Bitboy Crypto there. I think the channels of sideways is probably between around 16,000 and 22,000. That's probably my space or grid in which Bitcoin will move. That's the sideways channel I foresee there. And let me just pause and say this, that the further out you go, the less clarity you have. And so you start seeing him just stamping out like, okay, 2025 moon or whatever. So it's very difficult for anyone to make these calls, but he puts himself out there. I applaud him for that. I'm putting myself out there too. And it's for you to decide whether or not you agree or disagree with what we're saying. 2024, the money printers are coming back on, he's saying, and I totally agree with this. I fully agree that 2024, we're back in action. And the reason why is because the presidential elections are coming up that year. They're going to want to make sure that the Democrats secure a win. Be like, look at this year, guys. We are up and up. If you keep us in office, we're going to keep on pumping the money in, and that's what's going to happen. I think that's pretty bad. The halving also in 2024 is another very, very bullish event, catalyst event. So that's one of the three things that I've thought of that is going to U-turn this whole thing. One, a Fed U-turn. Two, the halving. Three, regulations. And in these three, this is my thesis, in these three, two of the three are happening in 2024. So I am very bullish on 2024. And he says that in December 2024, Bitcoin will hit a new all-time high. I don't know why he chooses December for that. I'm not so sure about that, but I do see Bitcoin hitting an all-time high in 2024. So I don't know why he would choose December specifically. I mean, I could disagree or agree. I have no idea. This to me is so far out. Bitboy Crypto says in 2025, moon. And I think what he's saying is that we're going to see new all-time highs there, and we're not going to be coming back down to these regular levels here. I'm not so sure. I'm always a little skeptical when I want to protect. Now, the thing that I learned in 2021 is that we hit those all-time highs and it retraced all the way back down to 17,000. So I'm still going to be cautious, but 2025 is so far out. There's so many things that could change everything, but this is his roadmap. You heard mine. What is yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. Join the Discord also. That's the saloon. We're always talking about crypto and all this kind of stuff. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.